So I just feel like maybe RuPaul got tired of the comedy challenge and he decided to give us this monologue that I didn't
Yeah.
quite understand. Did you
I
understand?
didn't either. No. Mm-mm.
When it comes to challenges like this, I just don't understand exactly how are you going to judge this? Like, what are you judging on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. Like, is it something that you can do or is it something that you have to
What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. I'm here with Maya. We're back for another recap for RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars,
Yeah.
six episode 11. Child, longer than long. I feel like this season has been going on forever. It's to the point to where
Yeah.
it's just like, oh yeah, Drag Race, come on, versus being like, oh yeah, Drag Race, come on. I don't know how you feel,
Hmm.
Maya.
I feel the same. I love Drag Race, but it is drag, and maybe because it's kind of lackluster. Sorry, not sorry,
It's
but
been up. It's been some ups and downs. I can't say it's been
yeah.
like some good episodes, and some episodes I really don't care too much about. This one I can't. I don't want to say I didn't care about it. But the challenge itself didn't really grab me in. It didn't make
No.
me lean in. Did you catch that the judge said about that? What's her name made him lean in? You didn't catch that?
Mm,
You
I
didn't catch
didn't.
it.
I'm gonna have to
I'm not.
rewatch.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I didn't catch that
Well, you don't
one.
have to watch it because I actually have the clip. Because I was like, I figured she probably gonna miss it, or if anybody that missed, so let's just go to the clip real
I know
quick.
that's right.
Hold on.
By sitting down. And for me, it really paid off. You made me lean in to you,
Ooh,
and you dared to be
ooh.
vulnerable.
Oh, so with that
I know
being
that's
said,
right.
it's given that RuPaul need to send me a check, okay? Because
Need some
if he already using
residuals,
my stuff, he need to send me a check. But no,
please.
um, it was like I said, it was a cool episode. Let's get into it. The episode picks up last week, right? Where
Hmm.
they were talking basically where Silky and Eureka had just had their lip sync. Um, did you anticipate the result being this way? I can't remember what we said last week. I think we all kind of felt like Eureka had it anyway, just based off of the lip sync and how it went. And honestly, are you happy with the result?
I'm not happy with the results.
Okay.
Really wanted to see Silky get back in. After
Yeah.
all of that, I really wanted to see her get back into the competition.
Uh huh.
But she didn't give it in that last lip sync. And I just knew the judges were going to give them a double stay just because Silky had worked so hard.
Yeah.
But Eureka definitely did better in the final lip sync. So
I
it was
completely
expected.
agree. Yeah, I completely agree. I really wish they would have kept them both. It would have been nice. I mean, just because I feel like she worked so hard, but I mean, it is a game to the game. It's
Yeah.
a game. It has to go the way it goes. I understand that.
Hmm.
But I do feel like Silky, if you haven't seen over the last week, she's gotten so much, I don't want to say success, but she's gotten so much praise and applause for her
Yes. And
performance.
love and
She's made
support. Yes.
She's made a lot of money and tips and donations. Like I feel like she's
Yeah.
truly redeemed herself as
Hmm.
a performer, as a drag queen, as the art, and as Silky. I just feel like she at this moment
Yeah.
looks amazing to have done six different lip syncs. People can say what they want to say, whether it was sloppy or whether Jan should have won or whatever the case may be. She still won those lip syncs. She did pull out all her
Hmm.
creativity cards. And
Yeah.
I think last week's episode was her episode. It was like it's like
Oh,
when
yeah.
Beyonce won like all those Grammys. Okay, it was her night. Last weekend was Silky's night. I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
last week's episode was Silky's night. So I'm happy for her.
I am
Um,
too. I am
yeah,
too. And I feel like most people come on All Stars anyway for some sort of redemption, whether
yeah,
they say they actually want to win the crown or not. Most of them are just coming to redeem themselves for something.
in
And I
whatever
think Silky
way.
achieved that,
Yeah,
beyond achieved that. So I'm very
I agree.
happy for her.
I agree. So as I said, not Silky. Silky went home,
Yeah.
and Eureka came back, and so I felt bad, but blah. Moved to the next scene. So the next scene, of course, they find out that she is coming back, and everybody seems to be pretty much like okay, like everybody. I mean, of course, Trinity had a little funk attitude last week, but it seemed like she was a little better towards the end of the episode, but then it kind of wasn't. she was, like I said last week, child, she was feeling the fact that she would possibly be next to go home, not just based off her track record, but I mean, realistically, like what's left. Yeah, I feel like I didn't mind her being in the top 4. I would have rather seen her in the top 4 over Kylie, possibly. But Kylie, I didn't mind. I didn't mind it. So this week's challenge is a charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent monologue. And I thought when I read up on it, it was kind of like a comedy show, but it was kind of like that, but not really. Because a monologue for people that have been to HBCUs, you and I, we know what fucking monologue is. And so I feel like they kind of hit the mark. It's supposed to be a personal story to talk about the queens. And everybody had a different theme and concept or whatever. Whose was your favorite?
I would say I really like
favorite and
Trinity's
least favorite.
because it was funny. Trinity's, I would say, is one of my favorites. It was funny, but it still had a nice message at the end.
Yeah.
I think my least favorite would be Kylie's, just because I don't remember how it ended. Everybody else's, I remember the beginning and end of the story. Kylie's, I don't remember. So I'll have to say that was my least favorite.
All I remember was Kylie saying that she was first time in drag and something about the gas money, and then her eyelids were shut closed. I don't remember how. I don't remember the message.
I don't remember the premise.
It didn't. I don't know if the thing had to be deep, but it didn't give me any deep feeling or deep meaning behind it. My favorite, I would honestly have to say, was probably Trinity's too. Actually, because I felt like she made RuPaul laugh enough. She told a story. She was confident, and it was a huge, turnaround from the first episode where she did do that little comedy spin or whatever.
Right. That was a mess.
She was confident. She said what she was going to say, and then I didn't expect her to tie that into it. You know what I'm saying?
Me either.
The story.
And
so I was like, like that was very clever. And so, yeah, I was like, damn, like this kind of messed up because I thought she did really well. My least favorite would have definitely either been everybody but except Trinity, and Eureka's was okay too. But everybody else is, I didn't even really care for Ginger's. Ginger's, I like the story.
Yeah, I like the story, but
it seemed like she made that story up. And I'm not saying it's not true. It just didn't seem like she pulled it from a place of this is a true story. Everybody else's story, even Eureka's story, seemed realistic. Like, I mean, she said she did shit on herself before. So, I mean, but I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. I could be saying that because I'm not the hugest Ginger Minj fan, but then again, I do try to be fair.
Yeah, it was just okay.
I do want to say Trinity looked thebomb.com. That makeup was done. She looked like she had on. She does impersonations of Cardi B sometimes, like around Atlanta, around the place. So that wasn't the Cardi B look, but she definitely had the hair from the Invasion of Privacy album cover. I feel like I've seen her online with that. She looked the fuck good. Everybody else looked okay to me. Stand out. Raja was in like another hue of purple again.
That's her thing. So
clearly,
what we're gonna do,
right? The standouts in the performances, because honestly, like I have notes for all of them, but like I said, my favorite was Trinity, and Eureka was my second favorite. Everybody else, I felt like, Ginger was okay, but Kylie and Raja kind of fell flat to me. So
yeah, really. They were all just okay. Trinity's definitely was the standout for me.
Yeah. So. Okay. So then let's move to the runway. Well, actually, no. Before we get to the runway, I wanted to break up a few things. Do you feel like Trinity was kind of? We talked about how she was like, Debbie Downer last week or whatever. But in terms of this episode, because we know what happens at the end, do you feel like she kind of canceled herself out?
I feel like she was just being realistic about it, because at this point in the competition, she did technically have the worst track record. Even though she had 2 wins, she was in the bottom the most. And I think she was just like kind of preparing herself mentally for like, I'm going to get sent home. Because at that point in time, who else was going to get sent home? Honestly.
I get that, but I just feel like, when you're constantly, so that may be true, right? But if you're constantly putting out of your mouth, I had the most. I have the most bottoms. I have the most bottoms. I have the most bottoms. Then you're kind of feeding into the narrative, child. Let me tell you something. I'm not even gonna mention how many bottoms I got. And I get it, it's realistic, but it's still a game. She could have tried. I mean, at that point, she came in this competition to make friends. She made friends. Should have played the friend card. Thought of an alliance. Should have thought of something. She kind of just gave up. And I'm not saying she could have saved herself. I just wish she would have tried a little harder. I feel like she truly kind of iced herself out.
Yeah,
From
and I think
last
also
week,
probably like the people, like the girls in the workroom too, were probably getting in her head a little bit because they keep bringing it up. Like you got the worst track record so far. Like they kept bringing it up too, and I just hate to see it because she did really well this week.
as
If
I was
not
gonna
the
say,
best.
she actually did really well. So I don't understand why she would be. She should have been like, "Listen, I may have been in the bottom, but bitch, I did good this week." So I was very,
Yeah.
I'm saying like she could have used that because she could have used that, like she should
Yeah.
have played off of that. Her runway was great. We're gonna talk about that too. So I don't know. I just feel like she could have tried a little harder to keep herself in the game, but she was defeated. She is kind of
very.
sensitive, so I think we kind of let it break her and get to her the fact that somebody else was coming to the competition. So she had the pressure of she had to win. She didn't win. She did well, but she didn't win. So yeah, I just wanted to ask that. What do you think about with Eureka coming to her and kind of getting emotional, saying that, thank you for making me, she said, thank you for showing me attention, making me feel, pretty and sexy and stuff like that outside of drag. And I was like, this is kind of uncomfortable, honey. What's going on here? No, I'm just saying, like, I didn't expect that. I was like, huh?
Right. The past few seasons, folks been getting real comfy in that work group. I'm like, why do y'all keep looking for love in the work group? Like, what is going on? But I'm like, that was nice. Because to me, I always looked at Eureka like big and confident, like I'm this, I'm that.
I would have
I
never
love my
expected
body.
her to think that, like, even she never gave off that she would be feeling any kind of way outside of drag. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But people
Right,
aren't.
you never know. So it was a touching moment. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting from her.
Okay. I just wanted to mention that because I thought about it. It was a little weird. Like, okay, I like that. I also like that Trinity was kind of like, no, girl, like, yeah, you look great. You're a nice person. Kind of stroking that little ego that I feel like part of Eureka was kind of like doing that just because. But I don't know. Eureka is a very confident person. I just don't see her not feeling confident about herself outside of drag. I'm sorry. I just don't see. I didn't buy that completely. But go off, sis. So, runway. First of all, RuPaul looked fucking amazing. I love that look. RuPaul has tried some new shit, and I like the little cross top.
And I love the hair.
Yes, the hair, the red lip, the makeup, the limo, all of it. She looked fucking amazing.
Gorgeous.
So kudos to her team. But this week's runway was "Oops, I Did It Again" or something like that. So it's basically like fashion fails or something like that.
And I was confused. I thought they were about to be doing Britney Spears, and I was living for that.
What you thought about Britney Spears? Hold on. My bad. I didn't do that again. No, when she kind of explained it. So I mean, you can think of Britney Spears when she explained it. Right?
Yeah, once she explained it, I was like, oh. But when I heard "Oops, I Did It Again," I'm like, "Oops, about to be 90,000 Britney's." Like, come on. But then when she explained it, I'm like, oh.
Okay. Well, let's look at the runways. We're gonna start with Trinity. Why these things on me doing right, child? Oh no. So Trinity's runway, she said that basically she took a take on that she, addressed and basically she gained weight and that she had to use some safety pins and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So I thought she looked amazing, but I do agree with the critique of she did not. I wish it would have been bigger of a oops. You know what I'm saying? Then that it gave. This is last minute. Let me think of something really quickly and get on the runway. But that's me.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely was, especially compared to the other queens on the runway that were a little more creative with it. But I liked it. I love the big, huge, campy safety pins, and like you said, she looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
So it could have been better. It definitely could have been better, but she looked good. So
okay. Let's go to Raja. So Raja's look here, I mean, Raja, I like this the most, just because
I
it
do
was kind of
too.
sexy. Like it was sexy. It was going leg. I like the way she sold it. I thought she did a good job. That's just
Yeah.
me. What did you think?
Yeah, I think that one might have been my favorite because at first I was thinking like she was holding it like that the whole time, but then she let go and like you could still see it was just like undone basically.
Yeah,
But it was made to be undone. I'm like, oh, that's
yeah,
real cute.
that's
Yeah,
true.
I
That's
liked
true.
it.
So I'm a 2,000. I thought she got it right. She got the mark
Yeah,
correctly. And
definitely too.
then let's see. Next we have Miss Kylie Sonique Love. And Kylie's look, personally, was definitely a costume. I'm sorry. Um,
Yeah, I'm like, what is this?
it was all a costume. And I feel like that's what's her name was trying to hit at when she said that I wish you would have had some ketchup glitter or something like that. What she basically was trying to say was, girl, make it look like something more than a costume from Party City or a nice LA costume shop. It was a costume. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a costume, and I don't think it fit the theme because I guess she was trying to say like she's a messy eater. But if anything, you should have had like a regular outfit on with stains on it or something. I don't know, but this was a costume. It wasn't it for me. So it's a boot.
Yeah, I didn't agree. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. Next was Ginger, and Ginger, she had her fashion fail was that she did her own hair and clothes, and then she burned her hair and burned her hand. Cute campy moment. Do you think it was? Oops, I did it again though. Just asking.
Mm, no, because it would have been different if like the hair was all the way singed, but not just
Yeah,
one piece. And then it's like I've never burned my clothes on no curling iron. I've never sat a curling iron on my hand and burnt my hand either. Now hair, yes, I feel like we've all done that, but
Mhm.
everything else didn't make sense to me. But I like the little special effects with the stuff burning off and all that, but it didn't make sense, I think.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And then finally was Eureka, and she was Miss Cinderella, honey, Miss whatever, tissue paper coming out of the shoes, dress in a underwear, hair to the side, hot sweat spots. She was a whole hot mess. That's was basically what she was, a hot mess. And
Yeah.
I think that's best to describe it. I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I didn't get that feeling for any of the runways this episode. So I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. I would have liked some a little
Yeah.
bigger, something more drastic, I feel like, or dramatic with this runway, but
Yeah.
I didn't really get that. And so I think by the time Eureka came out, I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just all right for me because I'm like, okay. Like the best part I would say is like the dress tucked into the panties in the
Yeah.
back.
The
I
dress,
wish
yeah, the dress.
yeah, like I wish every little issue with her outfit was as big as that. Like the hair
Yeah.
was more blown, the stain on the front was
It should have been
bigger.
like
Like,
Sugar Cane.
yeah,
And Sugar Cane had some blown out hair. That hair was,
yes,
everything was.
yes. Like I wish it was, or like she had like running makeup to like emphasize that she's sweating, like something
Yeah.
bigger. Like it just wasn't
Well,
big
I
enough.
mean, the judges were able to get it. They liked it. I'm not a judge. I didn't really care for it. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just I didn't go, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If I had best dress, I would have given it to Raja.
definitely would have given it to Russia.
Just
Definitely.
because like it was just a dress, but she sold it more and it was like bam in your face. This is what's going on. Everybody else, it took a little more. Eureka definitely was a more of a bam too. And it was a fashion fail. It was more that I mean, what is considered a fashion fail? Like
Right.
what is like a real, you know what I'm saying? What is a real fashion fail? That's what I kind of struggle with. But they all did the assignment, honey. They all got to the top 5 and Eureka
Yeah.
actually wins the challenge. And so she gets her
Which
first win.
once
Now
again, RuPaul production race because
woo,
no, no,
they had to give her a win so she could make it in the top 4, child. I don't know. They could have no. I'm sorry. I
no.
didn't
Like
really
they
I thought,
literally did that for the storyline, plain and simple.
yeah. Yeah, I hate talking storyline, but I just
But
figured move forward. to be honest. And so she
Yeah.
wins, which means everybody else is in the bottom. They all give their deliberations on why she should stay. She's sitting over there all comfortable and blah, blah, blah. Cool, right? Lip Sync Assassin. Lip Sync Assassin this week was
My
Miss Jada
girl.
Essence Hall. You know what? Jada Essence
Oh.
Hall, I really wish that she could have won in a time that it wasn't the pandemic.
Yes.
Because I feel like she is like so liked and so loved. And she's like, you know what I'm saying? She has so much to offer. And she still does. She can still do that even without the crown. But you know, your reign is when you like out there doing stuff. Like I just really feel, and she did stuff. She's worked with Rihanna. She's done big things, but I just really wish she would have
She
won
didn't
in a
get
time when it
enough.
wasn't the pandemic. Yeah, because she's like, she's
an
everything.
amazing queen.
When
And
she
she
won-
looked good.
She was the last
Oh, she
person
looked
to
so
win for me that just had me excited. Like, okay, because I really thought they was gonna give it to Gigi Good, and they didn't. I was
Sure.
very gagged, and so I was so excited for her. I had not been, you know, there has not been an unproduced win in a long time in Drag Race, and I'll just leave it right there. So
We're not gonna do that.
there hasn't. It hasn't. I mean, I'm speaking for all these last few seasons and all these last few All-Star seasons because
Well,
I am.
on the last two regular seasons, my favorites have won, so we're not gonna
Cool.
Simone. This is a Simone Stan account.
Ooh, child. Let's get that account blocked, honey. That account blocked.
Simone. But yeah, oh my god, yeah, she looked
she looked good. The lip sync song was "Good Golly Miss Molly." And I thought I wish they would have gave him a different song. I like the energy. I get it, but I wish they would have gave him something else. Just because I just wanted to really see, you know, Jada give us a full. She gave us a full show. She did a good job.
She gave us Little Richard.
She did. But I just
with that little hair, I'm like, oh, she thought about that one.
She did. She definitely gave it. Do you think it should have been a tie, or was it a clear win?
No.
Who won?
Jada.
Okay, yeah. Because let me tell you one thing.
Roll around on the ground.
I was just gonna say one thing I don't want to see on Drag Race is rolling around on the fucking floor. Like what you doing? Girl, get off the floor.
Yeah.
Get off the floor.
And like Eureka wasn't even giving in the song like her.
No. Jada was giving a vibe.
Giving us Little Richard.
She was. I literally put
she was giving Little Richard hands down. It should not have been a tie.
I agree. I put down. We really got to stop rolling across the floor during lip syncs. That's what I put down.
Because for what? It's not a gag. It's not. You look dumb.
Yeah. But since they both win, there is both the girls' vote and Eureka's vote count, which means that there could be a double elimination. That would have been a gag, which turns out to be that both of them chose Trinity, and Trinity goes home. And it's so sad because it's just if she had have been, let me tell you, if she had have been more confident and more like, you know, like not so down over the last two episodes, then I wouldn't have felt as bad. But seeing her go home made me feel so bad. I'm like, because you could tell she really wanted to stay. And then she was so defeated. She knew that they were going to be gone. The worst feeling is knowing that there's nothing you really can do to save yourself. Although I feel like she could do a little more. I mean, in her head, there was nothing she could do. She was defeated. It was happening. And I hate that feeling for anybody when you have no options. And I think that's the point where Trinity got. So that's why I felt so bad, because she really was the top 4, but then they brought somebody back. Weird. So any thoughts on that?
I will say, as soon as Ru said Jada won, I knew Trinity was going home. Like the other girls were very adamant, like
they had already said what they said.
It was already set in stone. So like, you know, I knew Jada won. I wanted her to win that lip sync. It was still very bittersweet. As soon as they said she won, I'm like, yeah, Trinity's going home. I was shocked Eureka sent her home, because I'm like, y'all be trying to play too nice with these politics. I want somebody to send home a heavy hitter. Like, you're sending home the weakest link because you think that's the right thing to do, but it's like you want to beat the best and all that. But send home a heavy hitter. If they're in the bottom, you beat them already. I want people to do it.
She could
And
have
stop
shook shit
trying
up.
to be
It's many times they could have shook shit up. Raja could have shook shit up too. So I mean,
right.
at
And
one point,
especially you got eliminated and come back. I'm sending home the big competition.
yeah. If I am if it's the last challenge, and I am the winner,
Yeah.
I'm in the top 4. I don't give a damn. I'm just sending one of y'all home. Bye bye.
Okay. Ginger, out of here. Get on out of here.
I would have sent either her or Kylie. Probably Ginger.
And honestly, the way the challenge went, Kylie should have went home.
Yeah,
Because
they
her
actually like
story
Kylie.
wasn't it, and her runway wasn't it. Kylie should have went home, honestly.
It would have if there was a bottom 2 specifically, it would have been Raja and Kylie.
It sure would have, because
because
Raja misstepped in her monologue.
Her runway was strong. And then what the hell? Oh, sorry, I got a charge on my car. I'm like, what is this, honey? Yeah. So Raja's runway was stronger, and it was the opposite for what's her name? Kylie.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I hate to see it, but that's how the game goes. So.
It is. And so next week is the finale. And there's a top 4. I'm curious to know, the song in the preview was like something "My Country" or something like that. So I'm like, oh god, I hope it's a good song. I hope it don't sound like she's a super queen.
I'm glad we were thinking the same thing, because I hate super queen.
I don't mind it because of the verses, but I hope it don't. I like the fast version, you know.
She's a super queen. Yeah. I like that one better. But
the country that they perform,
awful.
I hope it don't sound like that. Please, RuPaul, don't give us that.
No top
give
4
us a good song. I didn't like the song from the previous, the girl group situation. No. I'm saying in this season, usually, I add these songs to my playlist every season. I add at least one. This season, I'm not gagging. I have not added any song from any of from the girl group. So hopefully this finale gives me life so I can add a song to my playlist. Otherwise, this will be the first season that I have not added a damn song to my playlist.
Yeah,
So.
I hope so, because usually All Stars has good songs like Kitty Girl, Read You, Wrote You. Like, they usually have some good songs. So I don't know what's going on.
I didn't like last year's either.
I don't even remember it.
I didn't like.
So I guess I didn't like it.
You know what? Last year I didn't add their their little group song or their finale song. So this will be the second season. So hopefully give us some good. RuPaul is running out of good songs in general anyway. He used to make some good music, child. We all used to be living, twirling, dipping, dopping. But unfortunately, that's not the case no more. It's like he's running out of ideas. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, we've covered everything in the episode, so we're gonna lay down. We're gonna be here next week for the finale. There is actually a little mini surprise next week, but everyone will have to come back and see what that surprise is. Maybe I'll start posting about it probably this weekend, but it's gonna be fun. I'll just say there's supposed to be a special guest here, so we'll see.
Ooh, excited.
I know. So, with that being said, you can find myself and Maya on Instagram at Stupid Wild Test or at Maya Taught You. We'll be here next week for next week's episode, which is the finale. And of course, if you're watching Real Housewives of Potomac and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, those shows are filmed on Mondays and Wednesdays live. So, catch the schedule, catch the tea, lean in, lean out. We're going to see y'all next week. And y'all have a good rest of y'all lovely Thursday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all things Aline, and we'll see you guys next week. Good night.
Bye.